¿Qué tal, golfillos? ¿Cómo estáis? Como sabéis, me he clasificado para el MDI oficialmente y uno de mis siguientes objetivos es aprender a jugar chamán elemental. ¿Qué pasa? Que no tengo ni pajolera idea porque la última vez que lo jugué fue el Legión en su lanzamiento inicial cuando llevaba un mes jugando al WoW. Así que le he pedido ayuda a nada más y nada menos que Petco, que es uno de los mejores chamanes elemental del mundo, lleva jugándolo toda su vida y me ha hecho una sesión de coaching que podéis ver vosotros aquí gratis también, en la que va a ayudarme a optimizar mi daño al máximo. Es, de verdad, oro puro, esto vale mucho dinero una sesión de coaching así. Lo malo, que el vídeo está en inglés entero, pero bueno, va a estar subtitulado para que podáis seguirlo y seguramente os sirva mucho todos los que queráis jugar chamán elemental. Probablemente esto sea de las mejores guías que vas a tener de chamán elemental en tu vida en WoW España. Así que disfrutadla y si os gusta este tipo de vídeos, hacedmelo saber en los comentarios qué otra clase os gustaría ver la siguiente. Chao, chao, chao. Hello. Hola, amigo.
This is gonna be very productive session for you. Gonna open your eyes now how to play this shaman.
I think it's like easy to start the class. It's like really easy to start because you have like a few buttons to generate milestone and a few buttons to spend, but you have a lot of small passives and you can optimize that a lot. I literally just copied the gear from the other shamans. So this is the gear I have right now. The crafted is not like max level because we have no crest.
From what I'm seeing right now, I won't lie to you. I think your master is way too high. You have master that is pushing the diminishing return and you're losing a lot by not speccing, for example, verse instead of master.
Okay. Yeah, I saw a lot of people with this ring and I was thinking the same, like it's a lot of mastery.
You're gonna be overcapping on master. Essentially, why they're playing 87 master is because whenever you press elemental blast, if you look at your talent right now, as soon as you press 80 blast, you're gonna be able to get max maelstrom because it's 14% mastery plus you already have 87. It's gonna be 100. So 100% meaning that you're always gonna be overloading chain lighting. If I were you, I would have sim my gear and show me what's simming the best, you know? I personally will never exceed more than 21 to 22k mastery. For AoE, my personal recommendation is always 5, 7, 10 target. You can do 2 or 3 minutes depending on how high of the keys you're playing.
Okay.
And for single target, I always do one target, 3 or 4 minutes. Once again, depends on how high the keys you're playing. So one more thing about the trinkets, have always opted and said if you want to play double passive trinket, that means your sustained damage would be better, but your burst damage will be lower. So for important packs where the damage really needs to be, you know, pumped out, you won't have that burst damage, which can hurt you if there's an important pack and you gotta queue it and you don't have the burst. Would never play double passive trinket personally. I'm gonna play Aras trinket plus the Lumitar trinket. That's my standard combo, especially for life level keys now for MDI because you're having a scripted pulls and your cooldowns are always the same and you know what each of you is gonna press. Maybe you can play double passive, but in any other keys, let's say real life pushing on the ladder, always at us, always 100%.
Okay.
I think let's jump to the VOD, see exactly what mistakes you do and how you can fix it. One thing that I like to do with people is to always comment on the UI first. I know this is your UI, this is for what you play on live servers. My advice here would be to move this a little bit closer to the right side because see how far away it is, and sometimes because your eyes are covering this screen, this is your eyes, you know.
Yes.
And then if you gotta move to the left side to watch this. I would move them a little bit closer to the right. It's gonna help you in the long run. But let's look now at the rotation. Okay, I can already tell you, you've already done plenty of mistakes. So the most important thing on Shaman, and this is where a lot of people fail, is to prepare for the pool. What I mean prepare for the pool is to pre-cast spells before you do your rotation. Because if you take a look right now, you pre-casting spells, Stormkeeper, whatever. But if you look at downstairs, your Hunter is already doing 40 million damage, your Warrior is doing 20 million damage, and you're just about to begin. See what I mean? So this Stormkeeper that you have to cast, you have to do it way earlier. I would cast it right here.
Okay, in the first pack, the first pack that I'm pulled.
Because if you cast Stormkeeper, it goes on cooldown and you have 2 charges to play for like what, 15 seconds. However, there is a talent called Rolling Thunder. It is in your Stormbringer tree. Every 45 seconds, you get a free stack of Stormkeeper. Now that free stack of Stormkeeper resets the duration of these 15 seconds. And instead of, let's say, being 15, they become again 15, but they will never expire. So you're gonna get 3 stacks of Stormkeeper, and even if you casted it 10 seconds ago, they will refresh the duration of them.
Oh, okay.
So now you have precasted Stormkeeper, you precasted your Elemental, and the only difference here between you and them is you have 2 globals free to spend.
Mm-hmm.
And now let's look at the rotation, actually, what you're gonna press.
All right.
That Flame Shock, by the way, you never ever cast this
That's
in
nothing,
AoE,
right?
ever.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. First thing, point. Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question, but be honest for the answer. At what point do you swap targets to apply Lightning Rod, and at what point do you not swap targets?
This type of packs, which has the Shard of Halkias or like the first pack of Gambit, I usually, if like my thought process with Lightning Rod is the same as the enhancement. If I lose like half GCD to try to swap targets to the Lightning Rod, I don't swap the Lightning Rod. So for this shard, I try to do some mouse over on the like on my focus or on some collectors, but most of the LA Blast go to Halkias, and I try to do some mouse over Tempest to apply some random Lightning Rods.
Okay, so
If
here
the pack is
right
more spread, I try.
Yeah, here is the right answer. If you have a priority target in a pack, Shard of Hawkins, for example, the big giant in Gambit, you never ever swap from the main target. That means every single Tempest and every single Elemental Blast goes on that target. You never ever swap. However, if a pack does not have a prior target, everything has to die equally at the same time. You tap target or mouse over Tempest and Elemental Blast to whichever target does not have the Lightning Rod. That's the rule. Majority of the time in Mythic Plus, you're gonna end up having prior target. Majority of the time. With the times that you don't have, it is slightly more damage once you spread Lightning Rod. In your sense here, in your instance, apart from the Bat Opener, your rotation was pretty good here. Now, you overcapped on Maelstrom a few times, which is the worst thing you want to do for Ellie Shaman. Like, the worst thing you can do on Ellie is to overcap Maelstrom, which you did several times. And because you don't have an all-new Trinket, you're gonna probably end up being beaten by both of these classes.
Yeah.
Because you don't have all-new Trinket. You can't snipe the damage quick enough for you to get ahead of them. Because at the end of the day, Mythic Plus, whichever class does the quickest damage, especially in those packs where you have Groundskeeper, is gonna top the overall and it's gonna be the most impactful on big pools. And that's where the big overalls, for example, happen. You know, that's why I like to have all-new Trinket. But your general rotation here is pretty good. Now, again, there's some cases where you actually overcap a Maelstrom, but majority of the time, you're doing pretty well. Now, let's take a look on the quota management, which is also another very important part. Okay. One advice here: you should probably get a weak aura to track your Lumitar Trinket.
Track the stacks? Or
Yes,
what?
yes. You can cheese the stack so hard at all times, and you can have, let's say, 20, 15k crit during the burst window. So what I mean by cheesing is, you see those orbs that are flying to you? If you don't have a DRE proc or a tier set proc, you can move away before they expire. You move away, and as soon as you proc, you get back in and get 20k critical strike and you destroy the pack.
Okay. Yeah, so now I have like 7 stacks for the Tempest. I can avoid the orbs.
Yes.
And then as soon as I will proc, I will run to the orbs.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
But that's why you have to have a weak out to track when they're gonna expire, because if they're about to expire, it's better to get them instead of lose them, you know?
Okay.
So that is the first thing I should advise you. Now, there's a plenty out there on Wago.io, free Lumitar weak out. Just type it, see whichever you like and get it.
Yeah, okay.
So in a pools like this, where you don't proc DRE or your tier set, it's not worth to press P-Wave. You only press P-Wave if you proc your tier set or your DRE, right?
Okay.
So this, for example, right now is Insta P-Wave. Good.
Insta, okay.
This is amazing. Good. Watch this. This is what I mean to avoid. Watch now. and you did this already 2 times. So you do your rotation, you get the proc, and most of the time, if you get a DRE proc, you're gonna get close to max Maelstrom or max Maelstrom. And then instead of spending your Maelstrom, you keep casting generators.
So I was saying, does Tempest generate any Maelstrom, or some passive after the Tempest generate any Maelstrom?
So the Tempest itself, I don't think it generates Maelstrom. However, you're gonna get a free chain lighting, and that free chain lighting will generate Maelstrom. And also Tempest gives you a lot of CDR to the Stormkeeper.
So I should try to avoid casting Tempest at full Maelstrom and first spending the Maelstrom.
Yes, at full Maelstrom, you should avoid casting anything but Elemental Blast.
Okay.
And one more thing. If you know that you have to move, try to sort of use your global cooldowns more efficiently. Look, in this sense right now, you know after the AoE cast the shard, you're gonna move. You know, you gotta move. So in this sense, I should be already looking to cast Spirit Stormkeeper.
Yeah.
By the way, you can cast Spirit Walker's Grace while casting your spell. You can try it on a dummy. You can cast Lightning Bolt. Let's say this is your Lightning Bolt cast. So, goes like this. You can press this button while the cast is through the middle, and you're gonna still trigger, and you can still move.
Okay.
It's not with GCD, so it's fine. So that's like few globals.
Yeah, I should have pressed it. Yeah, I lost a lot of damage on the Ascendance.
Yeah. You can also use Nature Swiftness more aggressively. This is something you haven't pressed as much. See this spell here? Good. You just pressed it. But again, this might be a lot of information for one pool, but believe me, because you have a sequence of the way you play the game, every single pool from now on will have similar mistakes. I can go to any random pool and you're gonna do the same mistakes here. And keep it, your mistakes are not big, but every small mistake, when you add a lot of them, it ends up having a lot of damage for free. That's what we wanna make sure we get all the free damage in the world. Watch this.
Yeah, the same. I got a dread. Yeah, this is earthquake. Yeah, this is a insta earthquake. Okay.
But I think you are trying to overcomplicate things, because the moment you get max Maelstrom, in your head you're like, okay, I gotta press Tempest to a target that doesn't have Lightning Rod, or Elemental Blast to a target that doesn't have Lightning Rod, and then you slow the rotation down and you do even bigger mistakes.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
My advice here, and I tell this to every single person I've coached the past 5 years, if you're not 100% confident with the rotation, don't swap targets until you are comfortable. So pick a target, do a perfect pixel rotation, and then once you have a little bit more free mind capacity, then you can swap targets in a bit. But in this case, when there's at the beginning of the pool, every single thing is glowing, and you're trying to dodge mechanics, you're trying to stay alive and swap targets at the same time, you're gonna fail. It's like trying to learn how to drive a car while smoking a cigarette, eating something, and talking to the phone. It's too many things. So first, perfect the rotation. Get used to it's like your second nature to play Shaman, and then so you can slowly start swapping targets whenever you see a possibility. When there's like 4 or 5 targets, not much thing happening, swap few Tempests. But every single pool in MDI should have a prior target. A caster has to die first, this has to die first, so yeah, you shouldn't worry too much about that one. But the biggest min-max here is gonna be a trinket. Like I'm telling you, this week out is gonna change your life.
Yeah, I never thought about the orbs. Yeah, for Shaman.
Yeah. They stay active for like 15 seconds or so. Even I think could be even more. I haven't played Ritual for the past 2 weeks. Could be even more. So this is what we do usually. Especially if you know you have Ascendance coming, I would gather 3 or 4 balls. I'll collect it and I'll have 30k crit with my Ascendance.
Yeah, that's a lot of crit. Yeah,
everything dies. That's why people play no crit on the Shaman with this trinket.
Okay, you get all the crit you need for your damage windows. Yeah, okay, makes sense.
That's why I go worse. One more thing. You should probably get a cursor cursor macro for Earthbind Totem, Stun Totem, and Speed Totem. Curse macro is like you place the totem on your cursor instead of clicking the ground. It's gonna save you a second. It's very useful for this kind of dungeons, especially with the Groundskeeper. There's also a week out, I can link it to you. As soon as these Groundkeepers become 40% HP, it will tell you, low HP, use Vortex or use Earth Grind Totem. But so far, the basic of the rotation is pretty good. I like it. But the overcapping Maelstrom at times is pretty painful.
Yeah.
See?
Okay.
Same
Yeah, I
shit here.
see. Now I see it. Yeah.
Like you're trying to mouse over Tempest the Gargon that doesn't have lightning on it, but you end up, fucking up the rotation. Then you have to move again without pressing a Spirit Walker's Grace, and you keep casting Tempest. So you're staying capped for like already 4 seconds.
Yeah.
And this is so far 2 pulls in a dungeon. That's like already, a handful of mistakes. And if you add, if you do, let's say, every dungeon you do 10 pulls, and in these 10 pulls you can save, I don't know, 40 to 50 million per pull because you maximize your damage, add this to your overall, and you're gonna see the difference. One thing, I don't see you tracking your tier set though.
Yeah, on the milestone you see 3 out of 8. That's the
I see.
that's the procs.
There's also a weak card to track with DRE.
Yeah, I have on the details. I don't pay too much attention to it. I have
Okay.
on the details side.
Yeah. It's a probability DRE counter, which is pretty bullshit, but people like to have it.
Yeah, I have it on the
Okay.
side, like in case I want to check something.
No problem. One thing: stop applying Flame Shock in AoE. It is the most useless spell. If you want to cast something before your tank applies aggro, it's Ice Fury. Because
Okay.
at least you're gonna get a free Elemental Blast, and free Elemental Blast gives you secondary stats. But Flame Shock is like, it's so useless. It's
Okay.
like trying to, pee inside an ocean. Nothing will happen. It's vast majority, it's very big ocean.
Yeah. Okay.
It's really bad. Never, like, preferably not even Ice Fury. As soon as you fight 4 targets and above this, Ice Fury, Flame Shock doesn't exist. It just doesn't. It goes away.
Okay. Yeah, same thing here. Tempest at full
Yeah.
Maelstrom.
And that's why that's what I said. Like, whatever you've done in the first pool, you're gonna keep doing.
Yeah.
For the rest of the pools. It's good though, because now we see the mistakes. That is very good, because we can identify what we can do better next time. Also, this week out of here is useless. You don't need it. at all.
Yeah, I had it for enhancement. Yeah.
You can make it to load only for enhance.
Yeah. I will do it.
Oh,
Yeah. Unfortunate kick.
yeah, that's fine. Not your mistake. The problem with Elemental is the moment you die,
Yeah,
you
you
lose
lose everything. Yeah, it's so frustrating to die as
Yes.
elemental.
Yeah,
It takes away my will to live. To be honest, I die in game and I die in real life. It's so frustrating to die.
Yeah, it is. One more thing, by the way, just pay attention. This spell here, Nature's Swiftness, you wanna cast it with Elemental Blast or Tempest, nothing else, pretty much. Preferably Elemental Blast,
Okay.
but it's something you wanna do on cooldown as well.
Okay, on cooldown. Okay. I was trying to save it for like the Ascendance windows.
Nah, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
As long as you put it on a cooldown, it's whatever.
Okay.
See, for example, you don't have to wait until you get the proc or Ascendance to press your P wave, because you already have 1 Flame Shock, 2, 3, 4 active, 5 active. So technically you can press it right now, because you're gonna get it for the next pool.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
Also, one more thing. This trigger, does the tier set trigger once you have 7 out of 8 or 1 out of 8?
When 9 out of 8. When it goes 8 in red, it means like the next proc should be
okay, so
Ascendance.
my weak order works different than yours. Mine is the opposite. If I have 1, that means I get a proc.
Yeah, no, I do.
So this is actually a very good way to play around your tier set, and I'll explain a bit more. Watch this now. So let's say you do your rotation here. You see 8 out of 8 coming in. Okay. If this pack is about to die, let's say it's like 10-15% HP, and obviously there is nothing important. It's not a boss. It's not a shard pool. It's something small. Let's say groundskeepers or vicious gargons, and they're about to die. It is actually worth to never press lighting, chain lighting, or lightning bolt before the pack dies, because if you do press it, there's a big chance of you proccing the tier set, which that means for next pack you don't have that proc.
Yeah, usually when I luckily I have that thought process because of enhancement. So when a pack is about to die and I have 8 stacks, I only press like Lava Burst, Ice Fury, Flame Shock, and I tell the people like I cannot do DPS, kill the pack.
Yeah, that's fine. You can also do the same thing with DRE. if for example you see you have deity is likely to proc, you don't want to be casting elemental blast.
Mm-hmm.
You can just spam
I
chain
can
lightnings
overcap
even if you're cap Maelstrom.
in,
Yep.
in the moment. Okay.
You can spam chain lightnings until you cap pretty much Tempest. By the way, Tempest, you can press Tempest without chain lightning or lightning bolt. That is not gonna trigger the tier set. The Tempest doesn't trigger it. Only lightning
Tempest
bolt
doesn't.
or no, only lightning
okay.
bolt or chain lightning. But everything else will trigger it, obviously. And one final thing I'd like to mention here. That's actually very important. At any point, you have to move. If you don't have Spirit Walker's Grace, you wanna press something. Always be
Yes.
casting while moving. You don't want to be moving without doing any damage. I want to see single target.
Yeah, well, the first boss is mostly we take
Funnel.
a lot of funnel, yeah.
On funnel, by the way, I wouldn't cast Earthquake. I mean,
Even
you
on the
cast
second boss of this dungeon, you don't press Earthquake?
for the small ones, it depends.
Yeah.
So if you have damage, I'm not gonna press. Like for example, this is what we do at least when we push keys. Okay, if I have damage, the other guys are aware of this and they press defensives. But let's say if my guys are telling me, okay, I don't have any damage, then I'll just Earthquake, because those ads have to die though.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to. If they die at the same time instantaneously, you're gonna wipe,
Yeah.
especially on 22. So you want to make sure you have defenses before you press anything. I would just communicate in that case. Most of the time, I press chain lightning, earthquakes. But if my guys have a lot of damage, let's say the DK has bread, the hunter has Call of the Wild with trinket, then I'm not gonna press it, because if I do press and they press, they die in 5 seconds and we all die.
Yeah. Okay.
Once again, flame shock.
Yeah, flame
Don't
shock
wanna-
unnecessary.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I think it was in this try. I don't know if it was in this try on or in another run, but well, you will see an horrendous ascendance. You will see. I think it is this run. Yeah. It will hurt your heart. I like a lot.
You see, you have 5 out of 8 stacks before you proc your ascendance. Whenever your tank is pulling like this and waiting for the let's say for the boss to be pulled, you can literally spam lightning bolt in this target.
Mm-hmm.
You can just spam lightning bolt and to get stacks. You can do
Okay.
the same thing, by the way, for this pull. You see this? Instead of pressing your rotation, you just spam lightning chain light. Like, look at this. Like here, for example, because the pull is about to die, I would only spam lightning bolt or chain lightning only,
Oh, okay.
just to get my tier set. Even if let's say it's a damage loss at the moment, I will get my tier set because I know next pull is gonna be boss.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, makes sense.
So it's kind of manipulate the tier set. That's why you get a lot of ascendance uptime. Like my ascendance uptime each dungeon is between 28 to 29 to 30. Now if I have 27, that is the bare minimum. 27 is like the lowest I want to have. But
Okay.
you aim for 29.
So I will just spam chain lining, not pressing
Yeah.
that L blast. Yeah, for example, I got here a Dre, and I could have saved my Dre for boss, right?
Exactly. And also you also casted Stormkeeper on these 2 mobs which are about to die. Look at your
Yeah.
health and you cast Stormkeeper. It makes no sense. Absolutely no sense.
Makes sense. Yeah.
And now you're gonna go to the boss, not tier proc, not tier
And
set
not
proc,
tier set. Mhm.
no Stormkeeper. You're literally butt naked.
Yeah.
Like this is the worst of the worst you wanna have.
Okay.
It's really bad. And look at this. Now until we get the tier set proc, look at the damage.
Yeah,
Look.
I'm doing healer damage. Yeah.
Not even healer. I think being healer is generous. Look at this.
Yeah.
Okay, now you get a proc. Oh, look at this. Getting a proc, actually, when I see this, I get triggered a bit. Look at this.
Yeah. Again, overcapping. Master. Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
And here I'm just pressing L blast, just using the smallest for funnel and L blast.
Yep. Your DK is not playing D&D slow. Wow. Why is that though?
I think he forgot about it, but yeah, he should.
Okay. Because D&D slow is 90% slow, and those ground keepers never move, ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's
Same.
amazing. Yeah.
Especially if the healer has vortex too, they never move. On a pure single target, you wanna press P wave on cooldown. You don't wanna wait too long. This might not seem much, but let's say 20 Maelstrom here for free you spend, or 25 or 30. You lose 30 Maelstrom here, you lose like let's say 3-4 million damage, you know? And then if you add 3-4 million damage every single time you do it, on single
Yeah.
target becomes 30-40 million damage, which is sometimes the difference between 5 and 7 seconds.
Yeah.
And in Mythic, in MDI, I think every second matters.
Yep. Yeah, I had that question because I saw like the smallest about to die is like, should I dot the main target or just forget about it? When it's...
So until you can use the funnel to blast the main target, you don't flame shock. You start to flame shock once you switch to the pure single target rotation.
So as
You
long
don't
as I press chain lightning, no flame shock.
Yes.
Okay.
You don't have to. So on Enhanced Shaman, you have to have Flame Shock to Lava Lash and spread Flame Shock. You don't need to Flame Shock the main target. As long as you have Funnel, Chain Lightning, Tempest, Ele Blast, Ele Blast. And Ice Fury, I cast Ice Fury on 3 targets or below this. On 4 and above, I don't.
3 or below. Okay.
Now I can cast it on 4 if, let's say, I have to move and I have nothing else to press. Then I'll cast it. But
Okay.
if I can't, then yeah. So we get a proc. U-Tank is moving. In this sense, I would probably communicate and tell him, yo,
Stop. Don't move. Yeah.
I gotta do my DRE because that is the most important. Like the U-Tank has to be aware. You DRE proc means a lot of damage for 6 seconds. Now, if he doesn't listen to you, you can still salvage it. You can, for example, look at this. I never move without pressing anything. It's like something that I have it in my head. So it's always Nature Swiftness into Tempest. That's one global. Then you spend P Wave, another global. Then the free chain lightning from the Tempest, another global. So you move without moving damage. See that?
Okay. Yeah, I see.
Overall good. I mean, there's a few things we gotta clear, but overall it's looking good.
Okay.
Okay, I wanna just check last boss, and you're free to go. That mini boss. Why do you play it like this though?
We were trying, like if it was better to put like this because the hunter does more damage.
Ah,
He said.
his dark arrow.
Yeah, I have so few elemental shaman like MDI trial keys. Pretty much nothing to like compare or copy.
When there's like 1-2 targets left, you wanna do pure single target here.
No chain lightning for Maelstrom?
So on 3 targets, okay, so generally yes, the 3 targets chain lightning, yes, but because you're getting damage increase, it is actually worth on only 3 targets to do your full second target rotation on 3 targets because you're getting damage increase. You know, this guy gives you damage, right?
Yeah.
So on 3 targets, I'm gonna switch to pure single target, and then on 4 targets, I'm gonna go AOE, big time.
Okay. So it's more damage on the boss to press lightning bolt at 3 targets. Okay.
Yeah, especially. Okay, so in a short term, it is more damage because we're looking to kill this guy as quick as possible. So yeah, so like right here, I'm gonna chain lightning. Yeah, this is fine for chain lightning. But if it's like 1-2 ads left only, I'm gonna lightning bolt. Look at this. By the way, this is good. You don't want to hold Elemental for Ascendance. You can desync them. That's perfectly fine. Just make sure to press your P wave from cooldown.
All right.
See this? Okay.
Yeah, but that's because I
What
got
is-
a refund, no?
Yeah. What is your spell sequence? Spell queue.
I was trying, yeah, because I feel weird with the shaman. I had it on 300.
Oh hell no.
I lowered for this key to 250, but it seems weird anyway. Yeah, because yeah,
Okay.
I play like I don't know, like if I have lag when I proc
Okay.
ascendance or
Let me ask a question. When you have Bloodlust and Ascendance, do you sometimes feel like you have a
Yep.
lag when pressing spells?
Yeah. Every time.
Your spell queue is too high.
Too
It's
high.
bro.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I should lower
Drop
it
it.
more. Okay.
What is your MS in game right now?
40, 50.
Yeah, do 150 spell queue.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
will
yeah.
see a
We'll do the
difference.
same as auto loading. Yeah.
Yeah,
Was
100%. Because I don't know if I have votes with me. I haven't played Retail for a long time though. Let me check. I want to show you how it looks like with slow spell queue. Okay, watch this. This is single target, and actually this is funnel. Exactly what you do. Look at the difference now. As soon as I get the refund, you'll see how it looks like. Wait, my tongue dies. Never mind.
Yeah,
Okay,
maybe the first bull with last is a good
Oh,
example.
okay. Yeah, you're actually right. I want to show you what it looks like when you have no... Like, I can switch out any spell I like during combat and it's not gonna cost me anything. Watch this now. Yeah. I just got the refund. And it feels like I never got the refund because I can queue up the next spell. Like, I can kind of... So if my spell is right here, let's say I'm casting Chain Lightning. And I know that the next cast, I want to have a Chain Lightning as well. However, if I see a proc right now of my DRE, at this point, I can just press Elemental Blast. That's how fast I can swap. And you can, because your spell queue is way too high. But you see, most of the time, you never see me go to 150 Maelstrom, ever.
Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, I will try. Yeah, I was having that weird feeling all the time, yeah. Especially on last and big pools.
Yep. Don't worry, I've heard this from a lot of people. It's always the same thing. Your spell queue is too high.
Okay, I will
Drop it to
love it for
140,
sure.
drop it to 150, and I want you to go to the Halls of Atonement, first pool, pop a Bloodlust, get a sentence, and tell me how it feels like.
Okay, yeah.
It's gonna feel way better.
Will do for sure. Okay.
I hope I was useful today. I hope
Yeah,
you
a
learned
ton.
something.
Yeah. From the very first pool, I learned a lot. Yeah, I got a lot of info.
All right then. I hope you guys qualify.
I will do my best to represent the LA Shaman community.
Perfect. I want you to rename yourself in details to Spanish Prodigy.
Spanish prodigy.
The Spanish Prodigy. I'll be looking at it.
Okay,
Alright.
I will do it.
Best of luck, and I will see you in beta when beta comes out for Mythic Plus. I don't know if you play beta, but if you do,
Yeah. I
I'll
will
see
play.
you
Yeah, as soon as dungeons are up, I'm
December,
spamming.
probably. Take care.
Okay.
Have a good night, and thank you for having me.
Yeah,
now.
thanks to you for coming. Yeah.
No problem.
Goodbye.
Got you. Bye bye.
Bye. Oye, ha explicado un montón de cosas, la verdad que sí, No solamente cosas de rotación, sino lo del trinket, la verdad que me ha dejado loco, La verdad que lo del trinket es muy bueno, tío. Lo del trinket me ha gustado mucho, Pues buen coche, la verdad, buen coche, tío. Me ha gustado. Y lo del spell queue, ¿os acordáis que lo llevaba diciendo todo el rato? Digo, parece que voy con lag, con lag. Todo el rato parece que voy con lag, tío. Y efectivamente tengo que bajarme más aún el spell queue. Tengo que jugarlo como el forajido.